Well, hello, mes amis. Welcome back. I feeling like a brand newbie today. This video is brought to you by Squarespace, the fast and easy way to make a beautiful website. Sweating. I just filmed a TikTok. Sick for the past 2 days, pretty much like right after my own QHHT session, which I told you I was really excited about. It was a whirlwind, and I'll talk about it later because I don't really want to like bring down the vibe right now. It's taken me 2 days to get to this point. Painted my nails. Let me tell you, they say you can't buy happiness. Well, alien greeny blue chrome nails did the ticket. Really hard to show, I feel, on the screen, but yeah, I'm weak. Still a little bit sniffly. It's been a bit of a heat wave this week. Certainly not going to be wearing jeans, but filming always makes me feel good, and I made a little TikTok because I really wanted to unbox these shoes. Of my YouTube people, I'll just show you what I got. I made a shop pet order. Like I said, I don't know if her store is still there. It was there pre-COVID, but she still sells stuff, and I think her shoe selection is always really, when you're feeling stuck, it's always very inspiring. One pair of kind of just something I feel like has been missing from my closet, somewhere between a casual smart shoe that's still a bit like artsy, edgy, like Copenhagen Fashion Week. A pair is these. I think they're so fab. They also kind of are a bit reminiscent of, I don't know, like a 1940s, 1950s shoe. Did say they were true to size, but they are half size. I don't know, I just feel like with any heel shoe, I just need to start getting half size down. And then these were also about half size too big, but they were so beautiful on these like square-toed ribbon dolly shoes. So like these, which I love. I think it's a bit more structured, and I don't know, it just, a bit more of a modern take on it, I guess. Got a bit of a dopamine hit now from unboxing that. Put on a pair of shorts and just get out there. I started my level 2 coursework last night, and it was just what I needed. I needed a bit of a pick-me-up, and I just really like the coursework. Go to the park and just continue listening because it's all like video lectures, and I'll just take notes as I go. But I will come back and chat to you guys this evening when I'm back. We're in the music mood now. Nothing quite gives me the ick like my concentration face, so I think I'm gonna put you behind me, maybe? So if you haven't noticed, I use social media as a way to keep myself accountable. Also didn't book any lessons for April because I feel like we covered quite a lot, and it's just like a case of me going off and practicing, but we said we'd revisit towards the end of the month. So sorry about the stain on my top. I'm running low on comfy clothes because everything is in the laundry. Update on where I'm at with it is that I feel very comfortable. Like, I know how everything works. It's just a matter of practice and honing the skill now that I know that it all makes sense in my mind. A basic methodology down. People ask me about what deck I have. I have the DJing, which you can only use Rekordbox software with. Mid-range, I would say, but I bought it like a year and a half ago, like that. So I was just like, screw it, I might as well just get the model up, and it would do me like for a longer period of time. And also I felt that if I didn't continue learning, that it would have a higher resale value, because the ones down from this, like the ones that cost like 200-300, really kind of aren't worth much, but they're really good, small, compact setups for learning, because like there's a lot of knobs, but really you don't use all of them all of the time. But in my last class we went through kind of hot cues and loops, so that's kind of probably what I'll be practicing. This is my favorite way that I've been making chicken. I haven't eaten it any other way for about 3 weeks, thanks to my boyfriend. Kudos to him for the recipe. But yeah, I was just never one. First of all, like, I only started cooking chicken at home again like maybe 6 months ago, and 2, I did not come from a marinate anything family. Faye, I'm so sorry, I called it phage in one of my other videos, but it actually says how you should pronounce it, like, on the packet, which is just so funny. But yeah, a lot of you roasted me for that, and I completely deserved it. Barbecue sauce that you got. I just have this one I'm trying to use up, but I've used smoky barbecue sauce too. It's good. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. Personally, I like to throw a little bit of ketchup in there as well. Then you're gonna get 2 or 3 cloves of garlic. I've got 2 big ones here. Chopped up some garlic. Guys, you actually have no idea how unreal of a marinade this is. So you end up with that. I really like this brand of chicken, organic chicken, because it never feels like slimy coming out of the packet. I wash it anyway. You should do lid off for the first 5 minutes, flip it, and then lid on for the second 5 minutes, and so perfect. Like, the juice, like, better chicken than I've had in restaurants, if I'm being honest. I'm prepping the salad. Got butterhead lettuce, the kale that I massaged, cucumber, a really, really light, just creamy dressing that I just whipped up. Consider her tossed. Yes, I'm aware of the fact that this looks like burn, but it's just the Greek yogurt. It's definitely more of a barbecue char. If I had known how life-changing that marinade was earlier, probably would have started cooking chicken a lot sooner. Really liking these Dave's Killer bread, little multi-grain, like, extra protein muffins. And that is dinner. You know what? I'm quite pleased with that. I just put a little bit of this pesto aioli on the top. Hello, my lovelies. Oh my god, I cannot wait to, like, not have so much snot in my head. I really feel like I maxed out today. I didn't really plan on doing much, but it's funny when you clear your schedule, you end up doing a ton. Sorry, you're gonna have to stick with the nasaliness. I did promise you an update on how I got on at my own QHHT quantum healing hypnosis technique session. To be the night before that, I'd have to tell him my whole life story, because that's kind of part of, oh my god, 11:11 on the clock, that I have to tell him. I don't know, I just forgot that I'd have to do it. I was just like, oh, we're gonna skip straight to the hypnosis bit, and then the night before I was just like, oh, I haven't even had like a therapy or counseling session in a really long time. Just really old school New Yorker. I was feeling very sprightly, very excited. However, I did not come home in the same shape that I left. Just didn't take, and it happens. You know, one of the first things he said to me when we were sitting down just speaking from like practitioner to practitioner was that something you are going to run into is, you know, one person can have a great session with you and then somebody else just won't, and they'll go to someone else and have a great experience with them, and it's just part and parcel of being a practitioner. The whole thing was really, really long. He did prep me that the way that he does it does take 5 to 6 hours, which is the proper way. I'm still developing, stretching out sort of the initial interview process, which is the bit where, you know, you tell about your life story. So I learned a lot being there. He just gave me lots of tips. Like I said, I don't regret going. You know, for the 2.5 hours or so where I told him about my life, like, I really haven't had that kind of release in a long time. I thought I was chipping away at it in my own time and, you know, with my friends and my boyfriend and all of those people that hold space for me, but doing it in this type of setting buried a lot of it still was. And, you know, that was going to be one of my questions for the hypnosis. The actual, you know, being under was, you know, why is my mind logically okay and accepting of what had happened, but my somatically I know I've been still holding this emotion, because the feeling that the crying that comes out of me is, it's not what my mind wants to do. It's like, you know, your body has its own brain, and I always knew that I needed help and just processing it like out of my body, not my mind. And I do think that he was wonderful in helping me release a lot of that. Got to the actual hypnosis part. He started with like an exercise that was like an extra thing he did, which I found really good. But then once we got into the script, which I know, which is the same script that I do with all of my clients. I don't know if it's because I know the script and I was like preempting what he was going to say because I know the script. I don't know what it was, but it's like I couldn't relax. That's why it was such an informative experience for me as a practitioner, because I got to feel what it's like to be a client. For whatever reason, I just didn't really go as deep as I wanted to. I did get through to like one past life, and then I think everything after that just got really weird. At one point I felt like I was being like pulled into a vortex. Like I actually felt the physical feeling of spinning, my body spinning, even though I was lying there still. It was really weird. Then I just started getting a tension headache. The only way I can describe it is it was a bit like hearing Tony Soprano trying to put you into a deep state of relaxation. Like imagine Tony Soprano doing a guided meditation. I think I jumped into this life of this woman in the kind of era, I don't know if the term is Victorian, but definitely like cobblestone streets, New York, horse and carriage, but in the times where like New York was really being built up. Like think of all of those massive buildings along Fifth Avenue, like what they would have been like, I guess like early 1900s, I'm not sure. And it was the first day of the heat wave this week, and I could just feel my body just being, I just had a massive tension headache. The stress tends to send up the cortisol levels inside the body, and I hydrated. I came out a bit defeated, I'm not gonna lie. You know, I really wanted to have a good session, and I thought I was really open, but maybe I was just a bit too worn out as well. However, I did get a lot of other experiences that I'm very grateful for. I learned a lot, like I said. I got a huge emotional release. I was really in bits by the time I got in the door, and immediately when I got in the door, I just felt myself coming down with something. I was Googling it like crazy, and there does seem to be a lot of, you know, a common thing that you feel absolutely just like you need to take the day off after a deep therapy session. As when someone gets really distressed and cries a lot, distress tends to send up the cortisol levels inside the body, and in turn the immune system is temporarily paralyzed, and that is when the cold virus can take over the body. Anytime I'm ill or hurt or out of action as well, I always ask myself, is there something I'm missing here? Is there a reason why I've been slowed down? And I feel like there was. I feel like I was doing too much. I was booking too many sessions. Boxes, my hobbies, like everything was a bit put on hold because I was trying to just fit all of these people in and keep some consistency going, but I lost consistency in other places that really matters. Like it's made me reevaluate things today, and that I can just go a little slower with a bit more of a balanced approach, and yeah, that's where I'm at. And if anything, it's making me more excited to potentially try having another session again. Another practitioner actually did a practitioner last week, and I really like her, so I think I might ask her. Before we go, one last big thank you to our sponsors today, Squarespace. You guys already know my monthly slot to tell you guys, if you are in need of a website of any kind, whether it be just somewhere people can find you, a blog, e-portfolio, an online store like I have, loversunday.com, go check it out. Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to do so. It really is made for people who have no experience building websites. They've got templates to use as a jump off point, kind of give you some inspiration, and they always have
24/7 support teams to help you with anything you need. Squarespace are always finding new ways to support creatives. Subscription and membership options that you can add to your website. There's honestly, the possibilities are endless. So if you would like to try out a 14-day free trial and see for yourself, my link, as always, is squarespace.com/Termer and the code Termer for 10% off your future billing. Thank you so much for tuning in for another vlog. I feel like the feedback has been good on these slightly shorter uploads. I know I'm loving it. What do we want to see, guys? If you've got any suggestions or requests, leave them down below and I'll try to get to some of them in the next video. But until then, please have a wonderful week. Please take care of yourself. Please don't do what I do, and put your self-care and the things that you enjoy to the side and turn into a crazy workaholic. I'll see you all very soon without the congested nose. Goodbye.